A lot of you have been asking how I strain the stuff from our rainbow when we do our vacuuming, when we do our cleaning. And so I wanted to create a video for you. I'm going to start with a fresh tank of water and I'm going to vacuum my living room. So I will do that and then I'll show you what I do with it, because we have a dog and every time I vacuum, which is about once a week, I pick up, it seems like, an entire dog worth of dog hair. So I'm not really sure where it all comes from, and he's even short hair. I'll show you. So that right there is Toby, who is ever watchful of the cars and people that go past. Ever so exciting. But this is our rainbow and I'm gonna start vacuuming and clean this space up. Okay, so I have finished vacuuming this room. You can kind of see that I've gone over it. I haven't really moved furniture out of the way this time because, well, I chose not to. I'm letting it run for a little bit because every time I vacuum like dog hair, I like to throw in some of that fresh air. That fragrance or that compound, so that we just, I don't know, it sanitizes everything and makes it smell nice and clean in here too. So I just run that for a little bit and next I'm gonna drain it. All right, so I've turned it off and we're gonna take a look at this water. It's gross every time I vacuum in the living room where my dog is. Can you see that? Okay, so there's like large clumps of dog hair in there. And this is, like I said, I vacuum every week. And the color of the water each week that I do this seems to get, seems to get a little bit better each time. Not as dark and brown, because I'm still getting through all of our carpets. We haven't had our rainbow for, we've had it about a month and a half now. So anyway, that's kind of gross. I'm going to go show you how I drain this. All right, so this is that collection of stuff that I gathered from the living room, just a week's worth of dirt and stuff from us and my dog, or our dog. So I'm going to show you how I strain this, because I choose not to throw the whole thing down the drain. Some people like to throw it outside. Some people just throw the whole thing down the toilet, but I choose to strain it because I don't know, I feel better about not sending all of this stuff to the city to have to deal with. So I'm going to show you how I strain it. So what I have here, it's just a old strainer. I happen to have had this, but I'm sure you could find just some old strainer from, I don't know, Goodwill or a secondhand store or something that you don't care much about. You could probably buy one brand new if you needed to, but this was just an old strainer that I happen to have, and it's long enough and it has a lip on both sides. So it's long enough that it fits across the bottom of the toilet. So I just kind of rest it down in here. And then I hold on to it with one hand because otherwise it'll fall right in, and we don't want that to happen. So I just kind of swish this around to get the dog hair so that it won't get stuck. And if not everything comes out the first time, that's okay. I'm just going to make sure that this is going to stay put in here so it's draining while I go get some more water with our funky sink. So I just get a little bit more water, kind of slosh it around. And again, I put it into the strainer. And I can then clean this out in a regular sink or something without having to worry about it. So I'm just going to throw this in there. Finish straining this a little bit. Then that stuff I can just throw it on the toilet. That's just the dirty water. And then I just tap it into there and let it dry. And as soon as it's dry, you don't even have to wait for it to dry, but I wait. Once it's dry, I don't wait too long because, again, just like a vacuum, in that bag, that filter, that canister, it's a breeding ground for bacteria, so you'll want to get that thing out of there as soon as you can. That's another reason, though, that I add the fresh air, because it actually cuts down on the bacteria that grows in that pile of stuff. So if I'm going to continue vacuuming, which I am, I'm going to continue vacuuming, so I will keep adding to that. And then when I'm all done cleaning, I just pull the whole bag and I take it out to the garbage, because otherwise, like I said, it's a breeding ground for bacteria. You don't want to keep that in your house. It will smell, and once you smell it, it's actually not healthy for you to be breathing it in. Just like it's not healthy for you to breathe in the stuff that's stuck in a vacuum bag or a canister. If you were to breathe the exhaust of your vacuum for 15 seconds, just 15 seconds, stick your nose in front of that exhaust, you will get sick because of all the bacteria and stuff that's been breeding in that bag or that canister while it's been sitting there. So anyway, that's what I do. That's all I do for filtering, for getting rid of the gunk instead of tossing it down the drain. So hopefully that helps. I know some of you have been asking. So anyway, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to show you what we do. And by the way, I just want to say that when I vacuum our living room and our dogs, because I vacuum his bed and everything that was out there. When I do that every week, I can't smell our dog in our house anymore. So that's, to me, a fantastic benefit of having this machine. I no longer smell our dog versus our vacuum. Whenever I vacuum, it just smells like dog again because it's still kicking that stuff out. We weren't changing our bag every time. Who wants to spend money on a bag for every single use that they use a vacuum? I don't, personally. So this system works way better for us. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions. Happy to help. Bye.